Hello to my family, the metalheads, and let's get straight into this video. Alchemist. Fullmetal Alchemist. Okay, so when we get into the topic of Fullmetal, one thing that I love, or the character that I love from this series, is Mustang, Scar, and Wrath. Now, it's all for very different reasons. And I think I'm going to discuss every one of those reasons in this title. Or not in this title, in this video. So, should we talk about Mustang first? I think I am. So, Mustang. The real reason, well, before what happened, and I'm definitely finna talk about that. The real reason I only like Mustang is because of his fire powers. Fire powers is always just such a cool character, such a cool power for a character to have. But that was really it. I mean, I liked his character design, but at the same time I didn't. Because, okay, let me get into this real quick. Mustang's character design shouldn't have been like that at all. Mustang's character design was, he was all fat in the face. And not fat shaming at all. That's not what I mean by that. I was saying, the way his character had fatness in his face, it was like he was still a little kid. I thought this man was literally like a teenager when I first started the show. But then he started talking, and I'm saying, is this right? I mean, is this the right voice actor? I mean, this can't be right. Why is he talking like this? His voice shouldn't be this deep. My bad. His voice shouldn't be this deep. His voice shouldn't be like this. Yeah. But yeah, his voice shouldn't be that deep. But then you come to find that he was in the war, which means that he had to be at least 24, I think. I mean, of course he could be young in the war, but his voice was still deep back then too, so had to be like 24 at least. So why couldn't they give him a slimmer face to show his maturity or whatever? And then I think that he must have like a little bit of a pudgy stomach or whatever. This man is ripped. How are you ripped and still have a fat face? That doesn't match at all. If he's ripped, give him a Scar type face. Just find a way to make him less old. Wouldn't Scar and Mustang be around the same age anyways? I mean, come on, give him. What was the other Ishfallen dude name who was under Lord Briggs? I mean, not Lord Briggs, but who was under General Briggs? Who? One of my favorite women in anime. But yeah, what was his name? Make him a slim face like that. Stop. Why would you give him a fat face? But I'm gonna get off it real quick because don't want this video to get too long. The real reason what really triggered the favorite emotion from Mustang, like what made him one of my favorites, is his rage scene against Envy. Cause in anime, the one thing I love in anime is rage scenes. Like, that's what I've really been waiting for from Luffy in One Piece, is a good rage scene. Like, cause he probably has the power to destroy a bunch of stuff. Like how he did with Water 7, but not gonna get into it again. I love the rage scene that they gave this man, because it's like, any other rage scene, they would literally just go to, just him getting a really big power up and destroying a big amount of area. But with this rage scene, it was like he didn't want him to die. he literally was just snapping his fingers and just lighting them on fire, and it's such a cool scene just to because when I saw that Hughes died, I was angry too, because I was kind of expecting Hughes to be a bad guy by how nice he was. But then when he died and they didn't clarify him as a bad guy, that really like made me upset, because he wasn't just a good dad, a good soldier. He was a good friend as well. He was a good overall man. He was a good man. And it's just they just killed him off like that. And I think I saw it somewhere on the Rent Cafe. Shout out to Nux, Anime Uproar, and all the anime, by the way. But yeah, when I was watching at Rent Cafe, they were saying that they flushed him out more in Fullmetal Alchemist, regular one. I only watched Brotherhood. I'm planning on watching the regular one at some point, but not right now. Have more pressing matters like Yu Yu Hakusho. But yeah, I know that you can get a more fleshed out character in Fullmetal Alchemist, the regular one. But even without the information in Brotherhood, that still hurt me, because it's like he was a good man and they just killed him off like that. It frustrated me. And I was just waiting for the moment when Mustang found out, because it was like he was waiting. He was asking all of the Himakala, did you kill him, before he would like take them in or whatever, try to kill them. And none of them did. But then when it got down to Envy, I think he kind of knew it. But then when he started boasting about it, which was very dumb on his part, he probably should have been begging. And during that whole fight, I said, are you dumb? You know this is the character who can destroy your Philosopher's Stone, right? So against this guy, you're not immortal. He literally destroyed Lust's Philosopher's Stone. You really think that he can't do the same thing to yours? And he wasn't fueled by rage against her. And this one, he was fully fueled by rage. And then you really mean to tell me that he's gonna like just boast about it in his face? That was the dumbest decision I never seen, heard, smelled in my life. It was dumb. I mean, it was dumb. I mean, you can't clarify it or say it's anything else. It was justifiably dumb. And this is the last point I gotta make about the Mustang. Why does his face get so slim when he's mad? I mean, it was so different that it made me envious about what would have happened if he had a skinny face throughout the whole thing. Because he looked too much like a children's character. He was this person who was going to become the Wizard King, but now he was this person who was going to become the ruler of all the state alchemists. Yet his face looking like it hasn't hit puberty yet. That doesn't add up. But before this gets too long, let's talk about the fallen is fallen. The fallen is fallen. Let's talk about this fallen Scar. Scar's whole mission just screams, mwah. It's beautiful. I mean, even though it's not even probably, it's a very, like, it's been done a lot of times. I don't know before this, but I know that I've seen it. Let me think just for 10 seconds. Dun, 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 dun. I mean, I guess you could say Prince Vegeta after Frieza destroyed his whole planet or in his race, but besides that, I can't really think of any off the top of my head. But this is such a it's just a storyline that I've always loved. Every time I see it, I can't recall how many times I've seen it, but I know that every time I see it, I love the storyline. It's so good. I mean, revenge. I guess this is coming to show me that I'm a very angry person, I guess, but revenge storylines and angry people are like my favorite thing in anime, cartoons, or whatever. I guess you could say Avatar also had a similar storyline where everyone just got wiped out. But the way that I always get Hero Killer and State Alchemist Killer. Did I say Hero Killer in the beginning? I might did. But I always get those two mixed up. But the State Alchemist Killer Scar, I love how they went about it. Because the whole thing about Aang was that he was this pacifist. The whole thing about what was the other person it happened to that I literally just named a few seconds ago? Vegeta. His primary goal might have been to kill Frieza. Well, not even might. I'm pretty sure it was to kill Frieza. The sole goal for Scar was to get back at every human. What was the? I wish I could remember what they called just the regular people. I can't remember what they called them. But yeah, I wish I could remember, but I can't. But his sole goal was to do that, and he would have got away with it too if it wasn't for those pesky kids. But no, all seriousness, his sole goal was to take out everyone of the State Alchemists, because in his eyes, the State Alchemist is what killed his country. And somewhat, it really is true. The State Alchemist did take out his country, but it was also the homunculus. Spoiler alert. After I already said it. Spoiler alert. It was such a cool revenge storyline. I love it, and that's really all I have to say about it. Well, I guess I could say he's black. I mean, that might be racist, but why would that be racist? Yeah, it's just because black characters aren't really whatchamacallit. What's the word for it? They aren't really referred to in anime, and I'm not even complaining about that. I know a lot of people would complain about there not being black characters in anime. Why? It's not America. It's Japan. There aren't that many black people in Japan, so why would they have a lot of black characters in a Japan-based show? Anyways, let's move on to not my favorite character. I can't even really tell you who my favorite character is from the show. The show has so many good characters that I love. I can't even say, but let's get on to Wrath, Fury Bradley, the homunculus. Even though where did they show him being really angry? I mean, he should have had the best rage moment in the show. His name is literally Wrath, bro. He should have been the rage, like how Meliodas was. With all the 7 deadly sins in this show, I compared them to the show that I watched formerly. 7 deadly sins. Greed, perfect. Envy, not so much, because because Envy was more over the body, and Diane was really over Meliodas. No, let me say what they were convicted of. The reason they called greed in Fullmetal Alchemist was because he wanted to rule the world, and Seven Deadly Sins, they said that they sentenced him to whatever fate he had because he wanted the fountain of youth. He wanted the water in it, so he burned down the forest, I think. And I'm just gonna name three. And Diane, she wanted the power, I think, of Matrona, and they said that's what the reason was. But comparing the sin of wrath, comparing the sin of wrath to Meliodas' feat was destroying a whole city, a whole country. No, it was a whole country. Wrath didn't really do, or Fury Bradley didn't really do anything remotely close to that. I might need to go back and watch some of the stuff, but from what I can remember, like right now, there's not much where you can call it wrath. One thing I can compliment though is those swordsman skills. I mean, I don't remember what the Watch Mojo list was, but if this man, I remember watching the top 10 swordsman anime, if this man wasn't on that list, I'm done watching Watch Mojo. Because this man, you don't need many words for this man. And what type of swords do they use? Like, would that be like a katana mixed with a saber? I mean, we will never know. I mean, I might look it up too, but he's probably one of the thing that definitely got me very interested into this guy is that his swordsman skills were off the charts. I mean, when it comes to the three best swordsmen in anime, I always say Zoro, I'm about to say Kenichi, Kenshin, Homura Kenshin from, I just made a fool of myself. What is it called? Rurouni Kenshin. Yeah, Kenshin from Rurouni Kenshin, and Kirito from Sword Art Online. That one might be a little biased because I love Sword Art Online, but yeah. And Fury Bradley, after watching that anime, Fury Bradley is highly skilled. Like, when it comes to best swordsman, I don't really look at their power because Zoro would probably destroy Kirito. Not even probably, he would destroy Kirito in the sword to sword fight. But I'm going technique, and even though Zoro still has a better technique in my opinion, Kirito has a pretty good technique as well. That's why when I always see Bleach in top 10 swordsmen, that's not really fair in my opinion, because I would say that's really strength based, because there's not much technique behind his sword. It's swing or miss from what I've seen, because I'm only 150 episodes into Bleach, and so far it's not that much of sword skill, any less than the sword power. Yeah, because I just never understood why they would classify him as top 10 swordsman, because if you wanted to do that, and top 10 swordsman would be future Trunks, and I think on one of the Google lists, future Trunks is one of the top 10 swordsmen. He's not, in my opinion. Well, no, because no, I take that back, because even though I don't really care about his sword's power, in Dragon Ball Z, having sword's power is basically lame. In any other anime, having swords is amazing, but in Dragon Ball Z, having swords is so lame to me. Tapion did it good, Trunks did it good, but it's because of the anime they were in that I didn't like them having swords. I mean, but can't think of any like really strong people that use swords. You know what? Meliodas just uses a sword, doesn't he? Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna use Meliodas. Meliodas uses a sword, but I wouldn't put him on top 10 swordsmen because even though he's very strong, his technique with the sword it isn't that good, I guess. You can tell because if you're a good swordsman and have a very good technique with the sword, I would assume that you would carry a sword. Meliodas just used the broken sword to have the demon thing, the demon key, always by him, and secondly to send the airstrikes. I think it was. It wasn't really the primary sword, I guess. I don't know, but let's get back to Fury Bradley. I already talked about how much I loved his sword skills. I mean, he moves so fast that no one can see him. He took out about 2 people in 1 second. That's amazing. No, he's probably my favorite character. Also, his double agent plotline, that was cool as well. I ain't gonna say amazing. That was cool as well. The double agent plotline, him being the leader, literally the leader, the top of the line of the state alchemist, and he's the one that is, well, we come to find out that every general is working for, well, almost every general is working for Father, but we come to find out that he's been created by Father. That is a twist if I ever seen one. I mean, there's not much to say. I love the twist. I love his sword skills. I like that it's an old guy that's really cool. That's pretty lit. I ain't gonna lie. But besides that, not a clue what else. I think that's it. Well, yeah, that's it for this video. Well, that was it for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, after each video, I'll put some interesting battle or whatever in the discussion tab of YouTube, and I would appreciate it if you would check it out. And remember, once you join the family, to me, you will forever be metal forever.